Caring about what other people think is humanity's greatest flaw. It's something I struggle with a lot, and everybody on the planet struggles with, no matter how much they tell you that they're confident or they don't care. But there are ways to care significantly less. There are ways to be confident. There's ways to still show up for yourself despite feeling some type of way about what other people might think of you or the judgments people have of you. Because if you think about it, we're always being judged. We're being judged by friends. We're being judged by lovers. We're being judged by employers if we're going to be a good employee or not. We're always being judged by people. So that's why we do care in the first place, because people liking us benefits us. Like when your employer likes you, they hire you. When your lover likes you, they treat you better. Like there's reasons why we do care about it, but there's such a negative impact when you invest all your emotional stock into what other people think. So with this video, I'm going to help you significantly decrease the negative aspects of caring. I want to start out by painting the picture when it comes to me. So for me, I think I care the most about what people think when it comes to my intellect or what I know or my capabilities of performing. I hate when people criticize my performance or criticize the work that I put into something or the thought I put into something. I hate when people try to undermine my thinking. And when people do that and when they do it successfully, I feel bad about myself, and I equate what I built, whether it's like a video or a drawing or some art or something I put out in the world. If people judge that external thing, I judge it as I have low self-worth or something's wrong with me. And that's interesting that I do that, because the external has nothing to do with internally who I am. What I put out, what I create, is not a reflection of me as a complete and complex human. If I create something awful or I create something great, it has nothing to do with my value. It doesn't undermine my value. My value is never changed. My value is only changed unless I perceive it as being lower. No one else can lower my value unless I lower it. Therefore, my self-worth has been tied to my service or what do I put out in the world, what I create. And it's interesting that something external, I'm thinking it reflects something internal, even though I'm a complex, complete human, just like everybody else. And I have layers. And just if I make something awful or I make something great, it doesn't determine my value. And the way I've been able to reconcile this and be able to feel better about myself, despite these things, it's not perfect, but to be able to feel better about myself, I had to learn who I was. Learning who you are creates a barrier between the criticism you think you're about to get from somebody else and the self-criticism you're about to give yourself as well. When you learn who you are and master who you are, you become like an expert about who you are. People cannot challenge you. Think about a subject that you know a lot about, and then think about a time where you've argued with your friend about that subject. Or like your friend would be like, this artist is trash, this music artist is trash, but you know their music is good and you know they're talented and you've debated with them about how good it was. That's because you know this music, you're invested in it, you're almost like an expert in it. You have to put that same energy towards yourself, where if somebody comes at you, you are already a master of who you are, that they can't nitpick the details about you, because you already know the details about you. You know your flaws and you know what you're good at. You know what you need to work on. They can't criticize what you need to work on because you've already accepted that part of yourself. And I'm already getting ahead of myself in the steps here, but learning who you are, be a master of who you are, know what's wrong with you, know what you need to heal, know about your family life, know about your ancestry, know about your DNA, know about your goals, your aspiration, your dreams, what keeps you up at night. Know about your digestive health, know about your brain, know about your skin, know about your body. Know every single thing about yourself. Know everything about yourself. Know your birth chart. Know your medical history. Know everything about yourself. When you know these things, people cannot come for you because you know what's true. You're not going to take in lies from the outside because you know what's internally the truth. A good way to do this is to write it down. Literally get yourself a journal, and I want you to begin writing down your thoughts every day, and then seeing the way that you think, seeing the things that you do during the day, and then create a album in a journal of all the things that you do and all the things that you think, and then you'll start to create a clear picture on who you are. Once you figure out who you are, that will give you more confidence, where if someone tries to strike you down, you can read back into the journal and be like, no, this is who I am. Or you can even be around a person like a family member or a friend who knows who you are, and you trust that they do know who you are, and they can always remind you of who you are when somebody else tries to come test you, because other people will test you, and that's just the world we live in. We can't protect ourselves from people coming for us. People will come for me on this YouTube channel. They already have, if you look through some of my videos. And the way that I'm not letting it get to me is because I know who I am and I know what I provide. And what I provide is also not a reflection of exactly who I am at all times. So this is leading me to my next point. Accept what's wrong with you. Integrate what's wrong with you. Don't separate from what's wrong with you. So for me, growing up, a big thing that I was taught was to separate from my sexuality. My sexuality, I'm not heterosexual. I'd be considered homosexual. And I was taught to separate from it. I was taught to ignore it, to get away from that, to shame that part of myself. And when you shame a part of yourself, you're pushing it away from you. When you push it away from you, you're losing a sense of yourself. When you lose a sense of yourself, people can come in and criticize you because that's a vulnerability that you have now. And you have to integrate it and make it a part of you. What I mean by that is, let's say you have an addiction, right? The first step of addiction is to accept that you have the addiction. You don't ignore an addiction to get over an addiction. If you're going through a breakup, you don't ignore the situation that happened with your ex. You remember it and you process it and integrate it as a part of your life that has happened. Integrate this bad stuff on your journey. Accept the darkness. Accept the stuff that you don't like. Accept it and explore it. Explore it without judgment. If it is sexuality you're running away from, explore the sexuality. Understand it. See what you can find about it. The sexuality may not be what you think it is, or it may be something else. You need to explore it first, then come to a conclusion. Don't shame stuff and push it away. When you shame stuff and push it away, this is also creating the vulnerability for you feeling bad about yourself when people criticize you. Because if you're shaming yourself for your sexuality and then someone else is shaming you for it too, you're going to feel worse because you're already doing what they're doing. And everybody's going to mirror, by law of attraction, people are going to mirror what's inside of you. People can almost smell it on you. When you're shameful towards a part of yourself, they're going to come and criticize you. And the universe is going to let it happen because the universe is like, you need to heal and recover and integrate this part. Don't separate from that part. Integrate it. Integration happens when you just say, you know what? This is a part of me. And if I have the power to change it, I will change it. And if I don't have the power to change it, I will not change it. For me, it was my sexuality. I realized that first I wanted to change it. I tried to pray it away, or I tried to ignore it, and that wasn't changing it. So I was like, I realized one day I cannot change this. Therefore, my only other option is to accept it. And then once I accepted it, I explored it and realized that there's nothing wrong with this part of me. Other people are criticizing me and making me feel like there's something wrong with me for this. But this is just who I am. Just like how everybody else has their sexuality they're born as, and that's just who they are. And I need to just accept what I bring, what I have, what was I born with, what personality situation God set me up with. And I don't need other people outside of me to determine my worth when it comes to that. The next step when it comes to getting over what people think about you so much is to realize the first noble truth in Buddhism. I want you to look it up and I want you to research and understand it. In Buddhism, the first noble truth states, it's just a simple statement. It says that suffering exists and that everybody suffers. That means everybody on the planet will go through suffering at some point in their lives. It don't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how much of a good person you are, bad person you are. You will experience suffering at some point. It may not happen as often if you do certain things, but you will experience it at some point. And once I realized this, I realized that everybody has pain and everybody's pain turns into suffering. So if everybody's out here struggling in something different, why am I judging myself and putting myself lower than other people? You're just a confused human, just like I am. You're just a broken human that's trying to figure it out, just like I am. I'm not above or beneath you, technically, by universal standards, because the universe doesn't see us as lower or smaller than somebody else. Everybody's on the same playing field. So if everybody is struggling in something, why is it what I'm struggling with any better or worse than what this person's struggling with? If this person is struggling with alcohol addiction and this person is struggling from breakups from multiple people and being abused and manipulated, these are separate, unique struggles, and we're not going to put a hierarchy on what's worse or better. Everybody's struggling in something that is dealing with their lives. Everybody has a specific prescription and course plan for their life. Everybody has a specific course that they're on in their life, a class, if you will, that they're going through, their lessons that they're going through, right? And if everybody's going through this right now, then I don't need to feel bad about what I'm going through. And I'm not going to allow other people to make me feel that way. Because people will try to trick you like their lives are better than yours or they're doing better than you, but they're struggling in something. They're not going to always tell you what they're struggling with, but they're struggling. Don't put celebrities above you. Don't put politicians above you. Don't put artists above you. They are struggling in something. A lot of times it comes out in the way that they behave, but even if it's not coming out how they behave, they're still struggling in something. Everybody is. And once you realize that, you can walk into a room and realize, okay, maybe my hair is messed up. Maybe I have warts on my face. Maybe I have pimples. Maybe I'm not considered conventionally attractive. Okay? Or and that doesn't even have to be a struggle, but let's say you are struggling in something significant and people can see it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because everybody is. Everybody has a flaw. Everybody. Once you realize that everybody has a flaw, everybody's in pain, you start to be like, oh, then why am I judging mine so much? Another thing to understand is that if people don't know you, their opinion doesn't matter. If they don't know you, their opinion doesn't matter. Because why would you take the opinion of someone that does not know you? If we just went back to step one where I told you you need to learn who you are, but this person hasn't learned who you are, hasn't even done the work to have one conversation with you about who you are, where you come from, your struggles, your history. Why are you taking in their projected opinion? Why are you taking in their projection? They don't matter. The only people that you even can mildly accept an opinion from is someone who's close to you that actually knows you. And not just people that are close to you too. Separate these two things. If they're close to you, doesn't mean they know you. You want to find somebody that is close to you and knows you. And you know those people. You know where somebody say something and it's like, wow, that is me. Like, this person gets me. That person has an opinion that might be true about you. It might be something you need to reconsider and look into, right? But if they don't know you, they're a stranger, random person commenting, they don't matter. They don't matter. If I'm existing in my reality and I'm existing with the people that are closest to me, my family, my friends, the people that I love and care about, and then I have somebody that isn't in my world, that isn't on my journey, somebody outside, a extra, a NPC, a AI, someone that exists outside of my journey, commenting on me and my journey. Why am I allowing them to be so important in my world? This is my world, my reality, my storyline, and I'm making them an important character in my storyline. It doesn't make sense if you put it that way. And the last thing I really want to leave you with is the simple statement that only God can judge you. only the universe is gonna really judge you. The universe's opinion or a feeling about you is the only thing that matters, really. The universe gets to say what's gonna occur in your life, what's not gonna occur, what's gonna stop you, what's gonna start. If you want to swap out the word universe with God, really you could say that too. Only God can judge you. Only the creator, only the universe around you is judging you. And that judgment actually matters to some degree. Do I feel like we're being judged by the many things that Christianity, a lot of religions talk about? Not necessarily. What I mean by the judgment is, are you living a life that is honest and authentic? Are you being honest and authentic to other people? And are you being loving to yourself and other people? I think that's what truly matters. And I think that's what you're being judged by, and how your life is actually going to go based on the standards of the universe. Study the laws of attraction, and also study the 42, I think, laws of Ma'at, the 42 principles or truths of Ma'at, which is, she's an Egyptian goddess. Study those two things, and that will give you a clearer picture on, in terms of the universe, how you can get in order with yourself. And when you get in order with yourself and with the universe, no other opinion of anybody else matters, because you're in alignment with the universe. You're in alignment with God. Your blessings are coming to you. So no matter what humans think and what humans are saying, you're connected with something that's not human. You're connected with the spirit over all of this. When you're connected with the spirit, the humans, the people that are attached to their traumas and their darkness and the demons over there, they can't touch you or permeate, because you are connected, you are covered, and you are in a direct, powerful relationship with the creator of all things. And the creator of all things will make sure that you're covered despite your flaws. But yeah, I think that's all for me. If you enjoyed this video, do all the basic things that you know I'm about to tell you to do. Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, take it to God, meditate on it, journal about the video, tell me what you think down below. And yeah, have a good rest of your day, your night, your time here on this earth, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.